Hello, and welcome to the
Black Sheep. Yeah, awkward much.
Why'd you take such a long break? I was waiting for you to say
Yeah,
the
right.
Black
It was
Sheep.
me. It's my fault.
It's always your fault. Anyways, welcome to the Black Sheep. Hello, little sheep.
Hello,
How you
sheep.
doing? Your hair's looking a little crazy there in the back. What'd you do to him?
He likes it like that.
Give him a little haircut?
I didn't. He's alive. So, hi guys. I haven't talked to you guys in so long. It's been like a whole week.
It's been a week.
Wow, that's crazy.
It's always a week.
Yeah, it's always gonna be a week.
Yeah.
Anyways, weekly check-in. How's life?
Life is good.
Is it?
Chilling. Killing. Not literally.
Okay.
You know.
That's
Allegedly.
Whoa.
I'm just kidding. How's yours?
Yeah.
How's your life
It's
going?
It's alright.
How's it been? It's been good.
You're gonna
It's
let
been
me talk.
great.
It's been all right. I mean, it's
Just taking my laptop to the Apple store.
yeah. Fucking, we don't want to talk about that because the last time it got boring talking about that shit. But having some technical issues.
Oh god.
We're new to this bullshit. So, what else was I gonna say? I realized actually the last time I like this a lot.
Oh
And
shit.
then- And you just like look at, you see the waveforms there. It's just like
all those little lines. Is
they're
just
super
you.
loud, like really loud. If someone's listening on headphones, like they will.
Am I the top or the bottom?
You're the bottom.
Oh.
Oh, you're not even named. You're supposed to be named. You see how it says me right there?
I'm audio 2.
Whoops,
Wow.
my bad. But yeah, I do that a lot apparently, and like it's just like super loud when I'm editing, and I'm like, that's fucking annoying.
Does me clearing my throat happen?
No,
a lot?
I mean that's not. The only thing I've noticed is kind of like you actually talk better into the microphone. Like sometimes I talk too much close like this, and it sounds like you can just hear me breathing a lot. Sorry about that, guys. Okay. Melissa actually does it better, so I don't know how.
I'm a pro.
I don't know how you're a
with
pro
the
at
mic.
this, but
I'm just kidding.
yeah. Life is good. I watched recently. Talk about movies. I watched recently. There we go.
Yeah. Do you want to say what we're even talking about?
Oh, what the fuck? We just have an introduction.
What the fuck?
Go ahead, bro. You
What
take
is
it. You
this?
take it. You go ahead.
All right. So today we are going to be talking about movies.
Movies. One of my
Películas.
favorite thing in the entire. I think it
Literally
is.
our favorite thing. This is something that we like bond over.
Yeah, movies are a huge part of our.
Actually, is this the only thing we bond over?
Yeah, of course. There's
I think
nothing
it
else that we
is.
can bond over.
Maybe food or I don't know.
I don't think we're that much into food. We are, but not as much as like other people that like. My comfort is
Movies
food.
for sure. Like we could sit down and watch movies all day long.
Yeah, and we like to watch them. Like, well, we kind of have the similar taste in movies, so we always like when we're picking out a movie, it doesn't take forever like
yeah,
other
it doesn't
people.
turn into an argument.
Yeah.
It's not like no. It's
not
like,
like-
oh my god, this one sounds good, right? And we're like, yeah.
Yeah,
and then
that's
we just,
pretty good. Yeah.
yeah.
So, but yeah, we're gonna be talking about our favorite movies. We're gonna be doing a countdown to our number one favorite movie ever in the entire fucking world.
Because we all know, everyone is dying
To know,
what our favorite movies are. Like
It's
that's, I always get this question. All the
I've
time.
had so many. Like my inbox is full of just people saying, "Hey, what's your fucking favorite movie?"
I know it might not be super interesting to everyone, but we are super like into movies, I feel like.
For sure.
And this is our podcast, so fucking deal with it, all right?
Oh gosh.
I'm just kidding. No, but also people do always ask me like, "Oh, what movies do you recommend?" Or "I'm on Netflix and I'm bored. What movie do you recommend?" Or
Right.
my friends sometimes even message me like, "Hey, what horror movie is good to watch?"
I know that you are into movies. They just ask you all the time
Yeah.
because they know that you like. We watch
Yeah.
movies frequently,
Yeah.
constantly. That's all you do.
That's all we do with our lives.
But yeah, movies are a huge part. I think it started as our parents love movies.
Mm-hmm.
Every weekend
I think-
we would go down to Blockbuster, Throwback.
It was like
We're
tradition.
that fucking old. We'd go all the way down to Blockbuster and like we would rent movies and get a bunch of
It
snacks.
was literally like a weekly thing, right?
It was a weekly thing. My parents love movies, and I think that's why
It started.
we are the way that we are.
It started when we were kids.
For
My
sure.
dad would always take us to Blockbuster. We'd get snacks, pick out a few
Yeah.
movies, go home, all sit together as a family, and watch a movie.
the good times.
It was really fun.
It was also fun, like when like aunts and uncles like usually would come over, like my tío Joel or something, because he was in the movies as well. So
and
family get together.
Even now, like being our age, I feel like that's kind of what our family like bonds over. Like we could pick a movie and like sit down, get some popcorn, some snacks, and we'll just like chill together and watch a movie.
For sure.
So
because like we rarely like eat together. Well, ever since he moved out, obviously moved out. Yeah. So like we. But
when I go over, we'll either have a dinner
or we watch a movie,
or we'll watch like a movie or something.
Yeah. And watching movies is better just because we don't have to talk to
each other.
My
dad's not super into movies anymore. I feel like it's because he's old, so it's like he gets sleepy. You know those people. I hate those people though. Like no offense, Dad, but
no offense, Dad, but I fucking hate you.
I hate those people that like just are like 20 minutes into a movie and they're already like falling asleep.
I know, it's so annoying. That
I've
really
heard a lot
annoying.
of people like complain about like their significant other doing that, so I feel like that happens a lot.
Yeah, I don't know what I would do if my partner would do, like, movies is such a huge thing for me. Like that's a deal breaker right there.
Yeah. Honestly.
Yeah,
like if
like
you
for
can't
real though,
sit
like,
down and just ever watch a movie with me, or you just fall asleep every single time, whether it's a show or a movie or anything, or you just can't sit still and watch a fucking screen, I can't. Yeah, I can't do it.
That would be hard for a relationship like that to function. For me personally, at least.
Yeah.
So.
It just yeah.
But yeah, that's what we're gonna be talking about today. Like once it's said, if it's not that interesting, don't.
It's cool though. You guys will get some ideas if you haven't seen any of these. Like.
Yeah.
We'll get some recommendations, some movies to watch.
Our
check
movie,
out.
How do we call it? Our movie. What do we call it?
I don't even know what you're trying to say.
Our movie recommendations are gonna be top tier.
Well,
all of our movies
are. You're putting a lot of pressure on me. You're putting a lot of pressure. He put a lot of pressure on me because one, we're doing like top 10, which
top
is
10.
Already so fucking hard.
It is incredibly. This list took me at least 2 hours or
like,
more.
Like I for sure there was so many movies that I like thought of, and I was like, okay, well I can't fit that in, even though I really really wanted to. So these are like air quote top 10, but there's so many movies out there that I would still consider like my top movies. You know, I just couldn't fit them.
I know, it's really hard. It really is.
And also, he made me rank each of them, obviously.
I mean, we have to, guys. That's what we're doing here. What we're doing.
So it was insanely hard. I still don't think that they're in the right order. I feel like all of them are like, well, some of them are a little bit better than others. But to go from 10 to 1, the one that I rated my number 1 is probably still not my only number 1. So just take it with a grain of salt.
Yeah,
okay?
Of course. Like if I'm being honest, like all these 10 movies that I list down are my number 1, just because I love movies that much. Like there's
10 that are number 1.
There's 10 that are number 1, and then there's probably like 20 that are number 2, and then just like 30 for number 3. It just keeps going.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
it just got a lot darker in here.
Oh, it looks better Spooky. Like that. But yeah, I'm gonna say, like, how many movies did you have in total before you narrowed it down to 16, right? Or how many did you just have 16 down? You wrote 16 down?
I wrote 16 down, and I was like, okay, I'm just gonna stop right there because.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So, like, when I was writing them, there was like other ones that would like pop into my head from like that year that I remembered or looked up and like saw on Google or something. But obviously, I can't add them all, so. It was very difficult.
Well, I'm going to tell you how much movies I wrote down. Guys, I wrote down 73 movies.
73 movies.
And I came up with that list like, well, not like that, but when I came up with those movies, like just, I was like, oh, that one. Oh, that one. It wasn't hard for me at all.
Yeah, for sure.
But narrowing it down was hard. Mm-hmm. But just like movies, I was like, oh, that one's good. That one's also good. That was
I don't
also
even
really
know
good.
how you narrowed it down to 10 from 73. I would not have been able to do
Yes,
that.
it was incredibly hard. I narrowed it down to 35, and I was like, these are all my favorites.
I'm going to be, by the way, we don't know at all what our list consists of. So I'm going to be kind of shocked if you have some of the same ones I do.
Oh, yeah, that
would be interesting.
I don't think we
but
do,
I don't think so.
Who knows? Anyways, before we get into that, Is there anything you want to say? Any news? You're pregnant?
I might be pregnant. Pregnancy announcement. Oh my god, title this pregnancy announcement. I'm just kidding. No, I'm not pregnant. I just have a stomach ulcer, but that's it.
Another ER trip there?
Mm-hmm. Very fun.
Yeah.
My vein just loves being pricked by an IV.
Did you have to be pricked?
That freaking hurt, bro. I forgot to tell you. Like,
that freaking hurt, bro.
Because you remember how they obviously like put an IV in me when I had the pain of the kidney stones.
Right, yeah.
I didn't feel anything. Probably because my kidney stone pain was like so bad that like I just really didn't care what was being put into me. But yesterday, I don't know if she like did it weird or whatever, but it hurt so bad when she put it in there, and it like was so uncomfortable the whole time that it was in. Like I couldn't even move my arm because it felt like it was like stabbing my freaking bone or something. I don't know.
Damn.
Yeah. So I don't know if she did it wrong or if that's just how it usually feels.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Last time I put my headphones on, and then I had like hair like sticking up right here. Do I have hair? And you didn't tell me anything. What the fuck is wrong with you? Is it sticking up right here?
What do you mean? You could see it?
Yeah, when I was editing the video.
We have a black background. I didn't think it was that noticeable.
How does it look right
No,
now?
it looks fine right now.
There was like two little hairs like sticking up right here. And I was like, I cannot believe she's looking at my fucking face. Like, how are you not telling me that? So fucking rude.
Two little hairs. How? I didn't know it was that noticeable.
Anyways, what we also talked about last time was not really talked about it, but we touched on it a little. We touched on it because we were talking about some controversial topics. And we decided to talk about, or we touched on it. Mr. James Franco, huge guy. Huge. Cock.
I don't know that.
What
That's alleged.
Is happening? Who said that? Who said that? No one's ever said that James Franco has a huge cock.
How do you know? It's probably out there somewhere.
His cock?
Anyways.
No, what we talked about was, well, he's a huge movie star.
Right.
One of the biggest in the fucking world, homie. Mm-hmm. Amazing actor.
The very first time I saw him in a movie was the first Spider-Man movie.
Yeah, I think so too. I think that was the first time playing Harry Osborn. Mm-hmm. But not recently, I think maybe like 2-3 years ago, he was involved like in a scandal. What? What's funny?
Continue.
You
got your notes ready?
He was involved like in a scandal where he's a college professor. He's like teaching like film school and stuff like that as of like 2017, 2018, I think, around there, or maybe late, maybe earlier than that. Where there was just like some girls that had come out talking about inappropriate instance was happening over there.
I don't know. Do you see that?
Her dog is like chewing on her like leg of her dresser. It's just like
her tongue is just like wrapping around the whole freaking thing.
Yeah.
What's going on there?
But yeah, let's just talk about it real quick.
Okay.
So Mr. James Franco, he was teaching acting courses at Playhouse West. That's just a school in North Hollywood where most actors trained, or he trained in that school when he was younger. Mm-hmm. And he was like teaching a course there earlier. And then after that, in 2014, he opened his own school, like film school called Studio 4. And it was in Hollywood or something. And this is where most of the students' complaints came from. So one of the first allegations came from when he saw this girl on Instagram that he met in New York. I don't know if she was there like studying something or he was there studying something, but they met each other in New York like in film school or something. And he messaged her on Instagram because he recognized her face or something. Mm. And
so she was his student now?
I don't know if she was a student at the time. I don't think she was a student at all. They just kind of met mutually because there's something with film school. Mm-hmm. But she was not a student. But she was a 17-year-old British girl. So she was 17. UK. Yeah, she was 17.
Okay.
And so he messaged her on Instagram and asked if she had a boyfriend and how old she was. And then even after learning that she was only 17, he asked her, like, when are you going to turn 18? And he was like, and let me get your, like, the hotel you're staying at. And should I book a room next to your
Whoa.
room? So that's
I didn't know he
weird,
was that
right?
like forward.
James Franco, man. You just gotta say your name. They just throw it at you,
That's
bro.
true.
Anyways,
That's true. I feel like a lot of guys that are like famous are just like so freaking straightforward
yeah.
with shit like that.
But that incident became public. I'm not sure how. I think the girl might have released it or something. But he was actually like on a talk show, or not on a talk show, but he issued an apology. I don't know where, if it was like on Twitter or like actually like on a talk show, because he's been on a few talk shows and they ask him about stuff like that, and he's apologized. But when it became public, he issued an apology and said he was ashamed and embarrassed for his actions and how easily it is on social media to get into sticky situations. So, I mean, I don't know. Like,
really,
that's not
bro.
really like
an
apology, but...
It's not that easy to get into sticky situations unless you put yourself in a sticky situation.
Right. But he was like, you just used me as an example of how easy it is to, like, you know, mess up on social media. But, I mean, you knew she was 17, bro.
Yeah.
Like, come on, man. Like, and then he issued an apology, of course, and I don't think he talked to her anymore. But... Anyways, moving on to when he opened his school, Studio 4. James Franco uses Studio 4 to teach students about certain scenes in movies and create independent films and put students in them. So, like, he would be making these films and, like, he would, like, put, like, his students that were there learning.
So, these are college students, right?
College students. These are old.
Okay.
Put students in in these films that he was making. So, a lot of students, like, praised his efforts to put students in projects and how... if he felt they weren't getting enough teaching, he would stick around after class with groups of students and like provide like private lessons. He would, a quote from a student was like, he would keep teaching us over and over again. So supposedly he was a really good teacher, and how if like his students were struggling with like a certain scene in a movie or like, you know, breaking down movie scenes or whatever, he would like stick around after class and like teach them. And he was praised on how good of a teacher he was and how he put his students in movies like that he was making. Like he just picked directly from his students, right? I mean, that's what they're there for. So, but let's see. On one account, this girl named Hillary Dewsum, she was 33. I think she was his assistant director. She stated that they were shooting for a jeans commercial, but they were in a strip club apparently. I'm not sure why they were in a strip club, but they were shooting for a jeans commercial. There was like some kind of controversy because he told like certain girls from the class that they're going to be shooting for different things. One of them thought that it was going to be a jeans commercial. The other one thought it was going to be just like a runway show. And there was just like, he wasn't really clear on what they were doing. But, and midway through, other female actresses were approached by James Franco and asked like, who's going to take their shirts off? And then when no girls like volunteered, supposedly like this lady Hillary Dewsum said that he like stormed off and like got upset that no one wanted to take their shirts off for like the camera and for stuff like that.
Why do they need to take their shirt off?
I have no idea. I mean, that's just what he wanted for this for the shooting, I guess. So
Weird,
yeah, she came out with this story because she felt that his behavior towards like female actresses was like wrong and kind of abusing his power. Like,
yeah, that's what it seems like.
Like, take off your shirt because I'm
James Franco and I'm your teacher, and
this is for film school. But
yeah,
I don't know. Another accusation came from this girl named Katie Ryan, who said that she was that he would always make everybody think that there were like possible roles on the table if they were to perform sexual acts or like take off their shirts in the projects. So like he would be like, yeah, if you do this.
So like bribing them basically.
Yeah.
You're gonna get a role in this.
Allegedly. This is all kind of like allegedly because like his
alleged
attorney. Yeah, hey. Whoa. Take this as allegedly because there have been like court hearings and like his attorney always like denies all the claims that these girls. I'll talk about it in the end, but yeah, all this stuff that I'm saying is not like he hasn't been charged with anything crazy. So no.
Okay.
She also states that for years she would get emails from Franco to audition in roles playing as a prostitute or a hooker. Franco's attorney states that he is not aware if any of the actions alleged by Mrs. Ryan ever occurred. So supposedly, like, he says that it never happened. But, you know, who knows with that, you know. And then one more that I'll talk about is this girl named Tither Kaplan. She was just a fucking weird-ass name. She probably just...
That is a weird name, Tither.
Yeah, Tither, and then it has a hyphen in it, Kaplan.
So that's her. That's her.
I don't know
if
that's. I think that's her first name. Like
Or like
Harry Ann. You know, like people that have
Harry Ann.
like Harry, or was it?
Mary Ann.
Oh, Mary Ann. No.
I don't think it's Harry.
I don't think it's Harry. Yeah, Mary Ann, like something like that,
anyways,
I guess.
uh-huh.
Anyways, she was in one of the
Mary
film
Kate.
projects. She was one of the film projects, and this one was called The Long Home. She was required to perform nude, and she was okay with that, signing confidentiality agreements and everything. The only thing was that after they were done filming, her and other actresses were asked if they wanted to film a bonus scene for the movie or for the project, and it was gonna be an orgy scene. Her and the other actresses. And her and a handful of other women shot the scene with Franco, who was also in the scene, who simulated oral sex on each of them, but not before removing clear plastic guards that covered their vaginas. So apparently, like when you're acting in these like scenes where you're doing like some intimate, something's going on, you have like these clear plastic guards that cover your private areas, just to make sure nothing touches is uncomfortable.
So he did it with that on.
But he wanted to like simulate performing oral sex on them, but he took the guards off and like simulated doing oral sex. I don't know why he needed to take the guards off, but that's what they say.
So he didn't actually do it.
No, he didn't actually do it. It's acting. Like he didn't like.
But there was no guards at all.
Yeah. No, they had guards on, but he removed them before doing whatever he was gonna like doing.
What the fuck?
Yeah. So like that's just like some kind of weird stuff that was. Yeah, right, bro.
Makes me feel so weird.
So
Damn,
supposedly
I don't
that
like him
particular
anymore.
session was teaching how to be intimate in a movie scene. Like that's like the lesson that was gonna be taught in that specific course or something. Like that's how you do it.
But do all places do this? Is this like a normal thing? Obviously,
I don't know.
There is like sex scenes and stuff
movies.
in movies,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And it's all like, oh, it's just the job. It's just for acting. You have to do it for whatever. But
But what?
So it was just him and a bunch of girls.
I mean, there's probably some other people behind the cameras, but I don't think it was like a whole production. Probably just him. I don't know. I'm not too sure exactly on all the details on that, but that's just a rough idea. There's a bunch of other things that kind of came out, but that's kind of just like a rough idea of like what the allegations were brought up against him allegedly. Okay, guys. Allegedly he did these things. In the end, what I kind of summarized it as was that he apologized. What
is that?
Whoa, that's kind of like a speech jammer. My headphones kind of went weird. He apologized to some actresses. Like some actresses came out and said that he issued an apology to maybe a few of them, like after shooting, if he made them feel like uncomfortable or something like that. And some of them were like, okay, I mean, at least he apologized and stuff like that. But there's like been some other cases where, I don't know, it gets a little messy. Like he said, he did like a talk show with this guy. It was called Late Night with Stephen Colbert or something like that. It's just a late night host guy. He stated in the when they asked him about it, he stated like, this is like a quote. It says, "In my life, I pride myself in taking responsibility for things that I have done. If I've done something wrong, I'll fix it. I have to." Like that's a quote from him. But he has taken a lot of accountability for like some things that he's done. Like I said, like he apologized to some people, and then I don't know, there's been just like some other areas where he's kind of like like with the first one that I talked about with the 17-year-old girl, that he came out with a statement saying, "Hey, I'm embarrassed and ashamed of what I've done." Like he takes.
And was that the only time that's ever like came up?
I don't know. Maybe that's the only time that it came out in public. Maybe that's why he had to issue an apology.
Yeah.
So. I don't know.
Apologies don't like mean anything if you apologize, but then it's like, oh, but then he talked to this other 17-year-old afterwards.
I have no idea.
But we don't know that, so he could have apologized and been like, okay, I fucked up, and
right,
that's not happening again.
Who knows?
I mean, some of the things seem a little weird, but
yeah, a lot of what his attorney said was kind of saying a lot of the women are like kind of manipulating the story in a certain way. or there's no recollection of anything that they said happening in James Franco's eyes, the way that they're saying. Like, the attorney was, like, denied pretty much all the claims that were kind of brought up against him of all these girls, like, coming forward or whatever, how they're kind of just, like, trying to manipulate the story or whatever in a weird way. Like, that's not the way that it really went down. But who knows? I mean, what do they have to gain? Like, I don't know. What do they have to gain?
And also,
like, for real.
Like, if
notoriety, maybe.
If the girls are feeling, or whoever is feeling, like, uncomfortable, then you're doing something that's not, like, you're not doing something the right way or, like, the professional way, you know?
Right, as a director.
Like, the whole removing the guards and stuff, like, what is the point of that?
Yeah.
Like, that's just, I don't know. And also, is it normal for the teacher themselves to, like,
act in it?
Be in it?
Maybe.
Or would it have been better if he was like, okay, well, you're going to be acting in a sex scene or whatever. Here's an actor.
Right.
And you guys are going to do this.
I think it's because it's like, it's James Franco and he's a freaking huge actor. So maybe they just, like, they would be just excited even to start. I mean, to, like, act in a scene with him. Obviously, there didn't have to be a sex scene, but they were, like, excited to act with James Franco.
Right. Yeah, I don't know. It's
so
a little messy.
That's your zaddy right there?
Not anymore.
Who knows, bro? Maybe they just really are just, like, allegations.
Maybe. I don't know. I just feel like some of the things are a little, like, weird, and he is getting some sort of, like, weird pleasure from things.
Who knows? Anyways, that's what we touched on last time. Yeah, you guys let me know what you guys think about that. It happened a while ago, so maybe there hasn't been any.
How long ago was this?
I think it was like, well, obviously he opened that studio in 2014. I think it was like 2016 or something.
Oh, okay. Damn. Sorry, James Franco. We're like bringing up.
Yeah, we're bringing up like
shit.
Old wounds there. Anyways,
everyone's gonna go out and be like, cancel James Franco. I'm just kidding.
We do not have that much power.
They're gonna think it's like a recent thing happening now.
It's not, guys. No. Okay, it's old news.
It's just something interesting.
And we're talking about movies, so
that I feel like a lot of people don't really even know about. But anyways,
yeah, that's that.
That's that. Thank you, James Franco. Moving on.
Thank you. I guess. All right, let's get into talking about movies, guys. Let's just talk about your favorite movies. No, what do you like to watch? Like, if you're gonna.
Oh, okay. So most of the movies on my list. Oh my God, is that your list?
No, this is like the before list.
I was about to say. What is that?
This is the before list. Like.
Oh.
I told you I have like 73 movies.
Anyways. Most of the movies on my list are thrillers, horror movies. There is some movies that I really like that aren't thrillers and horror movies, like some good, like, happy feeling tear jerkers.
Right.
But I didn't, like, write any of those down because they're not really, like, my favorite.
Damn. Okay,
like,
so
I just don't like watching movies that make me feel happy.
No, I definitely understand that. Like,
I mean?
I like watching movies that kind of make me feel
enough.
Weird or sad after.
Yeah, it doesn't feel like I'm, like, I don't know how to explain it.
Yeah, like, because when you watch a happy movie or a comedy, it's just like, I just want to do this so I can pass the time.
Yeah, it doesn't make me feel like I'm escaping into some other, like, world or something.
Yeah. To me, movies are art, and comedy movies are not art. Okay, guys? Fuck you.
But I do like... But it doesn't mean that I just don't ever watch those type of movies. I like romantic movies somewhat, but it's not ever, like, if I want to watch a movie and I'm in a mood to watch a movie, I'm never going to turn on the freaking TV and be like, oh my God, let's watch a rom-com or something. Like, no.
Are you going to watch, like a kid's movie? Like, I usually don't ever watch kids movies.
Yeah, no, me neither. But I don't mind those.
I don't mind them at all. If it's like a group of people and they want to watch a kids movie, I'm like, I'm down, I guess. But I would rather watch a horror movie or something.
Yeah. Do you like romantic movies?
I think I might surprise you with my number one just because.
Oh God, it's The Notebook, isn't it?
Yeah, it's The Notebook. It's The Notebook, guys. Anyways, should we just like get into it?
Yeah, sure.
All right. Well,
let's get started. Get out
let's
your
get started,
pens
guys.
and papers. You better fucking write these down.
Make sure that your pencils are sharpened, and we're gonna be starting this SAT in about 5 minutes.
We're gonna quiz you after this. I'm just kidding. Okay, so we're starting with number 10.
Yes, numero.
How do you know what your number 10 is? You don't even have them numbered.
I want to show you. They're down here.
Oh, okay. All right, number 10.
Number 10.
For my number 10, I have Hush.
Hush. Oh,
you know what Hush is?
I know what that movie is. The one with the deaf girl, right?
Yeah. So I really like this movie. It's a movie that I feel like I can watch over. I've probably watched it, like 5 times, which is a lot coming from me because I don't really like rewatching anything really. But I really like that movie. I don't know why. Like after a few, like months or so, like I feel like I can rewatch it. It's just interesting. I like the story of it, and I don't feel like there's no. I mean, there are other movies where people like break in or try to kill you or whatever, but I just feel like it's like
that one's pretty unique.
Very unique because the main character is deaf. So she's living in a house by herself, and she's deaf. She lives like in the middle of the woods, and she had recently like broken up with her ex or something like that, and her family or her mom or something, they're kind of worried for her like living on her own because obviously she's deaf, but she's also an author and she writes books and stuff like that. So she likes just being alone and being able to have like time to get in the zone and write.
She's an artist.
Yeah.
So
her friend lives close by, but not like walking distance, but not like super close, right? And then
they get
there's
scary.
A freaking killer in the woods, and he tries to break in and kill her, and then he finds out that she's deaf, so he's like, ooh, let me play a game with this girl.
Yeah, it's a little bit weird.
Yeah, it's just really interesting. There's a lot of like suspense, and it's just kind of like you just want to like reach through the screen and be like, girl, like watch out, because obviously she can't hear anything. So yeah, but it's a good movie. I like it.
That's a good one. I think what really helped me narrow stuff down was, like you said,
being able to rewatch
rewatchability of movies, because I'm like when I was picking movies, I was like,
is that a word, rewatchability?
I have no idea. Hey,
it's a word now.
You're offending me by questioning if that's a word or not. If I use it, it's a word.
Rewatchability.
No, I don't think it's a word at all. Actually,
it sounds like a word.
The rewatchability of movies. Just because when I was like narrowing it down, I was like, oh, I fucking love this movie, but I'm like, but would I want to watch it right now? Like top 10 movies is like, I'll watch it right now because it's so good. So that's a pretty big one for me. Anyways, my number 10.
Oh god.
Is gonna be Jeepers Creepers.
Oh, Jeepers Creepers.
Jeepers Creepers, the first one.
Love Jeepers Creepers.
Second one was good, but I just felt like the storyline wasn't there with like.
The first one is definitely the best one.
The first one was definitely the best one. So I look like Justin Long. I know that you ignore me, bro. I message you sometimes. But it's all good. Like, there's no hard feelings.
Everyone literally says that he's his freaking
son or something.
His twin.
Hit me up, bro. We can make a movie together. So, yeah. That's my number 10, Jeepers Creepers. Everyone knows Jeepers Creepers.
My brother used to be freaking terrified of this movie, by the way, when we were little, because
we watched it pretty young.
Yeah, we watched it pretty young. I used to always want to watch it, and my brother was like really scared of, Jeepers Creepers. But then I don't know. I guess over time you just like got over it and you enjoyed it, and then
So yeah, that's number 10.
Yeah.
Your turn.
My turn. Okay, my number 9 is The Call.
Oh, dude, that was on my like the
list.
Yeah, the list, but like never did make top 10.
Halle Berry.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
It's I think it's 2012.
Oh, is it really? I thought it was newer than that.
No, I think it's 2012. But yeah, I really like that movie. I remember when it came out and I watched it, I was just like super entertained.
Yeah, it has so many twists and turns, that one.
Yeah, I really, really like it.
Yeah, that one's
I don't
good.
remember exactly everything that happens in it. I need to rewatch it, but yeah, it's really good. Do you remember? It's obviously she's a dispatcher, and she like
for 911.
Yeah, for 911, and she gets a call. Someone.
I don't even remember.
I don't remember if someone's
like
hiding
kidnapping or something.
or if someone like got abducted or something.
Yeah, they called her and they were hiding like someone's in my house.
Yeah, at least that's how it starts, and then there's like a whole like story or something.
Yeah, and the end is pretty crazy as well. So it's a good movie.
It's a really good movie. I like it.
All right, my number 9 is gonna be Zombieland.
Ooh, Zombieland.
It's kind of funny because I was just talking about comedies and how I don't really like comedies, and I just like number 9 is a comedy movie.
Yeah, and that's a weird thing too, because I hate so much when movies do comedy and horror together, because I just think it's so cheesy and like it's annoying. But Zombieland is actually a really good movie, and I really enjoy it.
Yeah, I really enjoy it. I like number 2 as well, but also I can't have number 2 on here. So number 1 is good.
Yeah.
I'm a huge fan of Jesse Eisenberg. I like all the stuff that he does. The curly hair guy, the main character guy. So I like that one just because it was just so like fresh. When I first watched it, I was like, I've never seen anything like this before. And like the zombies looking like terrifying. Like they're actually scary zombies, but it's like
like it's not really like cheesy scary or anything. Like it's very good acting. And it's
and the
really
only
cool.
thing that I want to talk about was comedy movies was that like there's comedy movies and then there's like slapstick comedy movies. Do you know what I'm talking about? Like those kind of movies. It's like, oh, some guy was on a roof and then he got tangled up in the Christmas lights and now he's hanging from the roof, and it's like, okay, now laugh. Or there's just a bunch of dick jokes and butt jokes. You know, it's like that's not entertaining at all for me. That's the kind of comedies that I don't like. But this is a comedy that is like the jokes actually make sense with the dialogue, and it's not he's not just saying something stupid just because he wants you to make you laugh.
Yeah, so. I like it. I like all the characters, their personalities.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a cool movie.
So that's number 9 for me.
All right. Number 8, we have Oculus. You remember Oculus?
Damn. Okay.
I really, really like Oculus.
I'm starting to think that our lists are not going to be the same at all.
So Oculus, I really like Oculus because it's just like, it's like very like mind bending, and I like movies that are like, I don't know, it's just really interesting to me. It's brother and sister duo basically, and they go back into
their old house,
old house that they used to live at, and basically
there's a mirror.
Is it the mirror that's haunted, or is it the house? Is it a mirror? I think it's
the mirror, but there was something about the house at the end.
Yeah, I don't know.
That ending is also good as well. Like, you're picking movies that the ending is really good.
Yeah, that's why I like it, because it's like, it's you just don't really like see it coming, you know?
Sometimes like movies are so good and then the ending kind of like ruins it or fizzles out.
Yeah, it's like so predictable or something.
That one's good. The ending is really good on that one.
I really like it. If you guys haven't watched it, definitely watch that one.
Yes, that one's good. Oculus for sure. All right, my number 8.
Yeah.
My number 8. I don't think you actually even remember this movie, but you're gonna remember when I say it. My number 8 is The Babadook.
What? I literally have this on my list.
Oh, you do? Okay, so we do have something together in common.
What number is it on mine?
Wait, you're gonna tell me?
Oh, it's not a number, but it's.
Oh, really?
But okay. I thought of it when I was like writing down the list.
I was thinking.
I wrote it down because. Well, you go ahead and say why it's your number 8 first.
Well, I wrote it down as number 8 because obviously these movies are all number 1 for me. But if I have to narrow it down, this is number 8 because this is such a good horror movie. I've never seen a horror movie like this before, and like the editing and kind of like the direction is like so like unsettling and kind of like. It's so unsettling, and then it's kind of like just awkward, like the filming of the movie, and like the kid is so weird, and like the mom, like she doesn't really know how to deal with the kid. It's a really awkward film, but it's so good. Like it's really, really good.
I guess that's kind of like why I like it. I put it down, or I thought of it because it's not that it's like the friggin' best movie out there,
but it is good.
There's just something about it that's so like disturbing. that
can't
it
believe it
just
didn't
freaks
make your
me out
list,
every
though.
single time I watch it. And there's not many movies that like make me feel that way
Yeah,
that
for sure.
the Babadook makes me feel.
Yeah, and like their jump scares are so unique.
Mm-hmm.
Like they're not regular jump scares. Like
Yeah.
they actually do it right.
Yeah.
And so it's not predictable.
Yeah, watch the Babadook
Watch
in your
it, guys.
room
That
in the
one's good.
dark.
Yeah, that one's
Very,
good.
very unsettling.
I can't believe it didn't make your list though. You're like, it's not good enough to be on your list, bro?
No, it's good. That's what I'm telling you. It was so hard. Okay.
What's your number 7?
7, right?
Yeah.
Okay, number 7, I put Life of Pi.
Oh my god. Damn,
I don't
that's
know.
a good movie as well.
Yeah, I really like this movie. My brother actually showed me this movie.
Yeah, that's a good movie.
He
I like that
introduced
one.
me to it. It's
He's
not a
such a-
scary movie or anything, but it's just a very good, like...
Damn, I'm kind of upset now that I don't have that one.
It's just a very good, like... it's kind of like a feel-good, but it's also kind of, like, sad.
It's a very
and-
interesting story.
Yeah, it's basically a story of his life.
Mm-hmm.
And, yeah.
And the
it's-
actor in it is fucking incredible.
Very good actor. Yeah, the storyline is just really, really good. If you want to watch just a really good movie, definitely check out Life of
Yeah,
Pi if you haven't
really
seen
good.
it.
Yeah, that one's good. I like that one. That's kind of also like more like a survival movies. Do you like those kind of movies?
Yeah, so basically, in the beginning, is that how it starts off?
In the beginning, he's living in India,
Oh,
and then his family has a zoo, and then they're gonna move. They're gonna sell all the animals because they don't have any money or something. They're gonna move to America, or they're gonna sell all the animals to a zoo in America or
I
something for
haven't
money.
watched it in a while, but...
Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not too sure what the plot is, but something like that. And then on the way there, they hit this giant wave, and the boat like capsizes, and he's left on a
stuck,
boat with.
Yeah, in the middle of the ocean.
But he's on a boat.
He's on a boat with animals.
Well, one animal in particular.
And one animal in particular that is a... Should I just say
Yeah,
it?
just say it. I mean,
It's probably in the description, like
It's
when you
old.
look up
It's
the
an old
movie.
movie.
It's a freaking tiger.
yeah, it's a tiger. He's like stuck on a boat that's like 10 feet long with a tiger.
He has no food. The tiger has no food.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's very interesting and
And then like they kind of like become friends in a way. It's like really good.
Yeah.
It's a good movie
yeah.
for sure. That's a good one. All right. My number 7. You haven't seen this movie yet, I don't think. I told you to watch it, but I don't know if you watched it. My number 7 was Call Me by Your Name.
Oh no, haven't seen it yet.
But
Dang
you
it,
know
I
about
do
it.
want to watch it.
You should watch it. It's really good. That movie was like when I watched it a while ago. It's just like it's a really like cute love story, like for sure. What did I want to say about it? I just want to say like I think it was like one of the first movies that was about a homosexual relationship between a guy and a guy. And like it like actually like won awards and stuff like that. It was like one of the first movies to do that. So it was just like finally like people are actually like realizing it's like why would you hate on this? It's
Yeah,
it's
like
just
you can also make fucking great
Movies.
love movies.
with a guy and a guy or a girl and a girl.
Yeah.
like, for a homosexual relationship. So it was just like super like inspirational, but it was also like just so good. And I was like, man, like it's just a good movie.
Did you cry?
I don't think I cried, but it's not like super sad. It's just like more of like a love story about
Yeah,
the
I definitely
relationships.
need to watch that one.
Yeah, that's a good one. You should watch it. If you guys haven't seen it, yeah, check it out. Call Me by Your Name.
Okay, my number 6 is Brain on Fire.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and yeah, I made you
Okay.
watch this one. Remember?
Yeah, it has Chloe Moretz, my girlfriend.
Your girlfriend. Ooh.
Yeah. She's my girlfriend.
Yeah, it's a really good movie. I like it because it really like. It just I like it because it really shows like how.
It's a true story, right?
Yeah, it's a true story. It's about this girl who gets. I forgot what it's called, but basically.
It's a disease. or
It's something that like started attacking like her brain or something.
Okay.
And it kind of just happened like out of nowhere, and like another term for it that the doctors used, I think in the movie or something, was brain on fire. And
Yeah.
it basically started messing with her whole life, her mood, her job, and she didn't know what was going on. Like she felt fine like physically. It's not like she was like sick or like, had to go to the doctor. So she didn't know that anything was like messing up. It was just like from one day to the next, basically, or over time, like it just started messing with her.
Right.
And yeah, finally she went to the doctor, and I forgot what it's called, but basically it's like half of her brain just like stopped working.
Whoa.
Because I remember this one part in the movie where they made her like draw a clock, remember, with like all the numbers. And she drew a clock, but only all the numbers were just on one side of the clock.
You think that's dramatized?
I don't know, probably.
Okay.
But I don't know, that's just like, I guess it just like stuck with me. But it's a really good movie. I like
that's
it.
A good movie.
I like how it goes in depth about like how it just like fucks everything up for her, and she's a really, really good actress. So
hell yeah,
she did a great job. I like it.
That's a good one. It's more of like a drama for sure. All right. My number, what are we on? 6?
6, yeah.
Number 6 is Hereditary.
That's what's on my list.
Do you have that one too?
Yes.
Okay. I have that one as number 6.
Do you guys see how excited we get over movies? Like, what the fuck is wrong with us?
Yeah, every time Melissa like names a movie that I like, I'm like, oh my god, that's a good ass movie. No, yeah, Hereditary, one of my fucking favorite horror movies ever.
Yes, honestly, same.
Such a good movie.
Literally one of the like horror movies that actually like scares the fuck out of me.
Yeah, it's like actually scary.
It's really scary.
I know that like it got a lot of criticism because when it came out, like the trailer was just a little bit misleading. People thought that like the girl in it was gonna be more in the movie and like how she was gonna be like controlling shit, but she died like in like the first like 20 minutes of the movie. But hey, like
spoiler alert.
Yeah,
afterwards.
Sorry. No, if you haven't seen Hereditary, I mean,
have you been living under a rock?
Yeah, it's a huge movie. But yeah.
My brother likes this movie so much. He has the freaking book of the like the screenplay basically.
Yeah. So yeah, that's a really, really good movie. It's also just like super disturbing and like in the end, the ending is also good. Like it's a good ending, and it's like this is one of the movies that you finish watching and then you kind of have to like you're like wait, and you're just trying to piece everything together in your brain because it was so like there's so much information, like information overload, and you're trying to like piece it together in your brain. You're like, should I fucking look up a YouTube video on like what happened?
Explain, please.
It's like Us or something that's like, wait, so what this part and this part connect and where does this connect? And it's like it's such a good movie, but it's also just really disturbing and creepy.
Very creepy.
Yeah, and there's like a lot of scenes, especially like the one where she's like banging her head against like the attic door or something, or there's a piano wire and she's like cutting off her own head. It's like whew, this is intense movie, but very, very good, and I enjoyed it. It was one of the few horror movies that I watched on my own. When I watch horror movies, I usually watch it with other people, not because I'm scared.
You watched it on your own.
But I usually watch dramas or something like that by myself. But a horror movie's experience, I feel like it's an experience to watch with others.
Yeah, it's a lot more fun.
It's more fun with horror, but that one I watched on my own because I was like, this movie looks. I've heard about it and I want to watch it, so I'm gonna watch it by myself.
And then you shit your pants.
I didn't shit my pants. That was such a good movie. If you haven't seen it, check out Hereditary.
All right, number 5, I have Insidious, which you like to shit on sometimes.
I don't have that in my top 10.
I love Insidious because it is literally I don't even know if there's any other movies like Insidious, but I just feel like it's very unique to astral projection, and it really gives like this like creepy, like scary vibe to it.
Yeah.
And I just like movies that just like obviously this, well, I don't know if it does happen in real life. People, I mean, obviously like do astral projection or practice it or whatever, but to be able to go into a freaking different world where there's demons and the dead and even the devil and shit, like it's just so interesting to me.
It's an interesting movie for sure. When I watched it when I was like 12, like 11 years old.
Yeah, I don't know when it came out, but
so
I remember watching it when it came out, and
it was big when it came out. Like it was a lot of hype around it.
Yeah, for sure.
And then there's like 3 other.
I think in total there's 4.
Yeah, so there's like 3 other movies that came out of it, which means it was a good movie.
Yeah, it's a good movie.
So I just don't like it because I recently watched it and it just didn't live up to my expectations as I was. But I watched it when I was like 11. So
yeah, I mean, some of these movies, obviously, I can, if I rewatch like a 2012 movie, it probably won't be like that good. But
yeah, no, it's a good movie. All right. Oh my God, that's number 5. I cannot believe that. Did I fuck up my list? All right, number 5.
well, these are all your number one, so it's okay.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. Number 5, I wrote down Memento.
Memento.
Have you seen that one?
I don't
pull
think.
up a picture of it because this is one of my favorite movies. Oh, it's like number 5 actually. This one here.
Oh, I don't think I've seen this one.
You haven't?
I don't think I've ever watched it.
No, dude. I have told you to watch it before. Like you have to have watched
I
it.
don't think I have.
Okay, well you have to
What
watch
is
it tonight.
about?
So basically, it's about this guy, and he has short-term memory loss, like hardcore short-term memory loss.
Okay.
He takes pictures of everything, and then he puts them in his pocket, and he writes stuff down all the time. He has tattoos like all over his body that help him remember who he is and what he does. So like he literally goes like to the tattoo shop and gets like he writes down his name like on his arm just because he forgets it. But the whole movie is based around he's looking for his wife's killer. I don't know if it was like his wife like got raped or something and like got killed by somebody, and then like every 5 minutes he just forgets, and then he's like, wait, what? And then he like pulls out like a Polaroid that he just took like 5 minutes ago, and he's like, oh, you were doing this, and that's who this is, and this is where you are, and this is your car, and this is your house, and this is your room number.
That's stressful to live like that.
Yeah, and the whole movie is played backwards. And then there's like short parts that are in forwards, and then the rest of the movie is played backwards.
Oh, I think I have seen this movie.
This movie's so
there
good.
There are a lot of other movies that are kind of, well, not exactly like that, but kind of have that vibe where the person, like,
has memory loss.
Yeah, has memory loss in some way or whatever.
Yeah, but this one's unique, guys.
But that sounds really good.
No, it is incredibly good. And then in the end, it's just like the ending is good, and then it just leaves you feeling so weird about everything when you finish watching the movie.
Love movies like that.
Me too.
Love when you finish a movie and it just makes you feel so weird and shitty and just great.
I love that feeling. I really do though. I honestly
more depressed and scared.
Yeah, that's that's the best feeling to have. But yeah, if you guys haven't seen Memento, I don't want to spoil it because this one's actually really good. So if you haven't seen it, go watch it. Yeah, really, really good movie.
Is it in English?
Yeah, it's in English.
Oh, okay. All right, number 4.
Numero 4.
Oh, so my number 4 was Hereditary.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
So you guys already heard about that one.
Hereditary, yeah. It's a good movie. All right, let's move on. My number 4. I'm cheating a little bit here, okay? But I wrote down 2 movies for number 4.
What? No, you can't do that.
Well,
okay, that's fine. I guess since I don't really have to explain my number 4, you got 2.
Headphones are off, by the way, just so it doesn't look super weird like with that cut. Take them off, okay? I don't want to wear them. I look better without them. My number 4 movie that I cheated on and put 2 in was I just couldn't decide between these 2 because they're both kids movies actually.
Oh shit!
Number 4,
bringing out
bro.
the kids movies.
Number 4.
Okay.
So I picked WALL-E.
Oh my god! I was literally gonna ask you. Well, I was gonna bring it up earlier when you said
kids movies.
Yeah, kids movies, or if I liked any kids movies or whatever. I was gonna say you better have put fucking WALL-E on there.
No, yeah, WALL-E, one of my favorite movies ever. I really don't enjoy watching kids movies like alone, but WALL-E is a huge exception for me. WALL-E is such a good movie.
I haven't seen WALL-E in so long.
You gotta watch it, man. It's almost like a love story between him and Eva. So, but and then I cut that in half with Coraline.
Shit, Coraline is literally one of my favorite movies also.
But is it on your list?
No, but
dude,
I forgot about it. Okay, there's so many.
When I wrote down Coraline, I was like, Melissa better have this movie on her fucking list.
I literally was Coraline last Halloween.
I know. What the frick, bro? Cannot believe it's not on your stupid list.
So WALL-E is on my brother's list, and I know it's on my brother's list because it's one of the only movies that has ever made him cry.
Hey, now hold on. I was not gonna release this information.
While
Who you think you
watching
could just?
Out of every other sad movie that we've ever watched, he never cries. But he watched Wall-E and he started fucking crying.
Bro, I was just so invested into the story, and like that just goes to show you, it's a Pixar movie, right? Or is it DreamWorks?
It's Pixar.
Pixar movie, like this Pixar movies, man, they get you.
I think, right?
I have no idea. Actually.
Shit, I don't know anymore.
Yeah, it's Pixar. It's Pixar.
Okay.
But yeah, it's just so so sad at the
movie.
end. It's very cute.
I do like it.
Coraline obviously is really good because of the animation is
Good.
incredible. I think it's the whole movie is stop motion animation, like with clay figurines.
Yeah, it's insane.
So that's fucking. I don't know how long that took.
The whole like scenes with the mice and like it's just a very like creepy and kind of unsettling vibe, especially with the other mother and like the other father and stuff.
And I feel like that movie is like, I don't know who came up with that idea, but it's like this movie is marketed to kids, but it's like creepy and kind of really scary. Creepy. And I feel like they're like, let's just get kids into horror movies early. You know? Yeah. It's like, let's just do it, man.
Because like, when did we watch that movie? We were young
when it came out.
We first watched it.
I don't know when it came out, but
I mean, I remember being creeped out by more so the other dad or father or whatever.
Oh, because he like got ugly and fat.
Yeah, that part was like creepy to me.
Yeah. But yeah, obviously that one's on there just because it's so unique. It also kind of works into the way of like going into a different world. Every time there's movies that like, you go into like a different world, and
so
it's like
interesting.
Very interesting how they portray it. So I cheated a little bit, but sorry, I could not decide. All right, your turn. Number 3.
Okay, number 3. Number 3, I have House at the End of the Street. One of my all-time favorite movies. It has been one of my favorite movies for the longest time ever.
Yes, that one's actually good. Like if you go back and watch it, you're not gonna be disappointed like Insidious.
Yeah, like I can. Okay. Yeah, I have rewatched House at the End of the Street multiple times, and every time I watch it, I love it.
Yeah, it's a really good movie.
And I remember watching it the first time and just like being like, just how you don't see like what's to come, you know. It's not really like a predictable movie.
There's a huge twist also in the middle, so.
And I really, really like that. But yeah, it's really, really good.
And you also met one of the actors in the
oh
movie.
My God! Yeah, I forgot about that.
So tell us about that.
So I was working at Chipotle. No, I wasn't.
No.
I was working at Qdoba.
The fake Chipotle.
I was working at Qdoba, which is just as good. Okay, don't hate on it. They have free guac.
Qdoba's alright.
But yeah, I was working and he came in and ordered a burrito, and I was like, he was wearing a hat, like one of those like baseball caps. So like I couldn't see his face much, but when he came up and like obviously I was taking the order, so I saw him and I was like, holy fuck, that's him. And then he was like, hi, can I get a burrito? And I was like, yes, you can. Do you want anything else?
For free.
But yeah, it was so cool.
Wait, hold on. You want anything else? What's happening right now? I didn't hear that.
I didn't say anything to him like, oh my God, are you? Or oh my God, I know who you are, or whatever. Like, I didn't want to fangirl because I was working and there was like a lot of customers and there was a line, and I just didn't want to like make it fucking awkward and weird for him. But yeah, it was really cool. I was like, oh my God, you're here.
Yeah, that movie didn't make my list, but it's up there. It's in honorable mentions.
Oh shit. Okay.
Yeah. Number 3 for me is gonna be The Necessary Death of Charlie Countryman. Do you remember that movie?
Yeah.
That one is like, it's so good to me. Like when I first watched it, it was just so like, I don't know. It's a love story as well. I don't know what's up with me in love stories, but
I'm telling you, bro.
I'm just
love romantic.
I love romantic movies. But his like, it has Shia LaBeouf in it. First of all, I'm a huge fan of Shia LaBeouf. All the stuff that he does is amazing, and his and his like kind of like early childhood / teenage years is like tragic, and everybody knows about his story now, but came out with Honey Boy. It's a good movie as well. But I love Shia LaBeouf and everything he does, but that movie,
it's a really good movie.
It is really good.
I didn't want to watch it. I didn't want to watch it at first,
But I made you.
When he told me about it and brought it up, and I was like, I don't think I'm gonna like it, bro. And then we played it and we watched it, and it was really good.
Do you like it?
I like the storyline and everything.
But it wouldn't make your top
10. I wouldn't like go and rewatch it by myself.
Oh, okay.
But if I was like, if you brought it up and we were like with other people, I would be like, yeah, let's watch it. That's a good movie.
Okay. Yeah, it is a good movie. It starts off with him in the hospital and his mom like passes away, and then he sees his mom's ghost like in the hospital room. And he's like crying. He's like, Mom, tell me what to do. Like, I don't know what to do with my life. Like, just like tell me what to do. And she's like, I don't know. Like, you just gotta live your life. He's like, no, I need you to be specific now. Like, tell me what to do. And he's like crying and stuff. It's like super emotional. And then she's like, go to Bucharest. And it's like, that's a city in Romania. And it's just such a, like, and he has like a cool experience there. He meets a girl there, and like she's involved with like some like drug dealers, and like he goes through so much just for her. And like in the end, like it's just such a good movie. It's a love story in the end, but it's really good. You guys should definitely check it out. But spoiler alert, it's in the title, The Necessary Death of Charlie Countryman. So
That's all you gotta know.
It's a good movie.
Yeah, it's a really good movie.
All right, bro.
Oh shit.
We're
getting up there.
Top 2 here.
Okay. Number 2, I have. So my number 2, sorry.
Okay, great.
My number 2 is Escape Room.
Oh.
The 2019 one, by the way, because I know there's another one that came out
Just recently.
Yeah.
Part 2. It's part 2.
No, there's another movie called Escape Room or The Escape Room or something, but that one fucking sucks.
But you haven't seen part 2 either.
No, I haven't seen part 2 yet, but I'm so fucking excited to watch it, and I hope that it's
that
good,
one did not make the list.
I'm gonna be sad.
But it is really good.
Yeah, I like it. It's the only like escape room type of movie that's actually really good in my opinion. All the rooms are so good and like really like well like planned out, and everyone's story like I just really like it. It's really, really good.
I'm a huge fan of the actor too. I think his name is Logan Miller or something, the white guy with long hair.
The white guy with long hair? The curly hair?
Does he have curly hair in the movie? He was in the movie The Good Neighbor. Remember The Good Neighbor?
No.
The one where there's like 2 kids and like they film this old guy, and then like he because they think he's like super weird.
Oh. Remember? What? Why can't I remember what he looks like?
He's a super good actor, and he's like really young. I think I don't know how old he is, but maybe 24.
Yeah, this guy, right?
Yeah, that guy. He's in Escape Room.
Yeah, him. Yeah, it's a really good movie. I like it.
It is really good.
Very interesting.
All right.
I like the ending too.
All right, number 2 for me. I think you could have guessed this one. My number 2 is Interstellar.
Oh my god. You guys do not know how many times my brother watched this fucking movie, bro. That's all he would watch for a whole entire year, I swear.
Yeah, Interstellar was such a good movie when I first watched it. And I don't know why, but like when I watched it, it came out in 2014. Like it's such an old movie. And when I watched it, like was 2016 or 2017. I was like, I could not believe my fucking eyes. Like, I could not believe that I had never heard of this movie ever. Like, no one had talked about it. There was no hype.
Yeah, I literally had never heard about it until you were like, bro, this movie's amazing. And you just would always watch it.
Yeah, it was such a good movie. I really like the space. I'm a huge like space nerd. So that's why I like that. They talk about like the 4th dimension and black holes. I mean, wormholes and stuff like that. And it's just like, the movie has a lot of twists and turns, and in the end it's like really sad, and the ending is good. Like it's not a super great ending, but it's a good ending. But just the journey throughout the whole movie makes the ending worth it. So, and it's incredibly like, it's like really sad at points. It's like, I don't know, it's such a good movie. It's a drama.
I don't think I've ever watched it.
Dude, yes you have. You fucking suck, bro. Whenever I tell you to watch movies, you just don't watch them.
Cause like I don't know, you just hype it up so much that I'm like, if I watch it and don't like it, like.
Dude, it's really good. You have to fucking watch it.
Okay.
It is really long though. Yeah, I think it's like 2 hours. Of course,
that would be
minutes.
on your list. Yeah. What is the other one that you like continuously watch?
That one I think.
Green Lantern.
The Green Hornet.
Oh.
Not the Green Lantern.
Is that a movie though? The Green Lantern.
Yeah, it is a movie.
Oh. Yeah, the Green Hornet.
I watched that when I was
obsessed with that one too.
I was a little bit younger, but I did like it so much because it was not a superhero movie, but it was a superhero movie. I wasn't really super into superhero movies, but that one was really good. Didn't make my top 10 though.
Okay, so before we get to our number 1,
Cannot believe this.
fast forward. We're gonna mention some of the movies that we also really like, but just didn't make it to the list.
Mm-hmm.
But that doesn't mean that they're not as good.
No, it
was just hard for us to freaking fit, you know?
Right.
Like, anyways. So, do you want to start or you want me to start?
You can start. We'll just kind of go like rapid fire. We don't have to explain too much about them.
Okay, so one of them for me was Devil.
Okay, Devil.
So that one's one.
You want me to go?
Do we go back and forth, or should I just say all of them and then you say all of them?
You can say all of them.
Okay, and then another one for me was The Babadook.
Okay.
And then
dude, that one should have made your top 10. Bro.
I know, it's so. I really want to watch. I want to go watch it now. Another one was Arrival.
Oh, yes.
Such a good movie.
So I fucking told her to watch this movie, and she was like, fucking sci-fi nerd shit. Like, I'm not going to fucking watch that.
Yeah, I was like, I don't know.
It's
but
a
then
good movie,
he
huh?
was like, you should watch it. It has to do with, like
Interstellar and
what
Arrival.
would happen if aliens fucking actually showed up. I think this is one of the most, like, realistic type of things, because it really shows, like, what the world would turn into and how different governments would, like, try to fucking figure shit out. And it's just really
that
interesting.
one was a rival with Interstellar, if you can believe, for number 2 spot.
Oh.
So, but I had to pick Interstellar.
And then I also have Temptation, which is a Tyler Perry movie. I think you watched it.
I did watch it, yeah.
I just really like the story because, I don't know, it just goes really deep, and it, like, it's good. If you like Tyler Perry movies and those types of movies where, like, there's a little bit of conflict between husband and wife and stuff like that, it's really interesting.
Mm-hmm.
I also wrote down Shutter Island.
Ah, that's a good one.
Really good. I love the fucking twist.
Leonardo
and
DiCaprio.
The ending, and Leonardo DiCaprio's a great actor, and it's just really, really good.
Yeah.
And then I also wrote down Poseidon, because we watched this movie so much with our family, and it's just a really good movie. We had it on DVD. Yeah. I loved rewatching it. It's just a good story.
That's interesting that one made your honorable mentions. That's a little bit surprising to me. All right, so honorable mentions in no particular order, of course. Arrival is on my honorable mentions / Avatar.
Oh, Arrival / Avatar. I thought slash like was a movie. I was like, what's slash?
No, yeah, I couldn't pick between
Avatar. Is a really good movie too.
Yeah, that was
really good. And it's
good.
Weird because I don't really like movies like that, but that one
takes your heart.
Yeah.
Corpse Bride was on my honorable mentions. I surprised myself by the amount of kid movies that I actually enjoy.
Nightmare Before Christmas too is on that vibe. It's just like that creepy, like it's for kids, but it's like creepy.
Yeah, exactly. House at the End of the Street was on honorable mentions.
Oh shit.
Another one, Rango, was another kid movie.
Okay, I love Rango.
Rango's really good. That's another kid movie that I really enjoy, but didn't make the list.
Django.
And then another kid movie, if you can believe it, Monster House.
I love Monster House.
Because Monster House is like really similar to Coraline.
Yeah. We rewatched that movie a lot.
Yeah, Monster House is really good. That's a good one. Just didn't make the cut. Mm-hmm. This one also, Twilight Eclipse.
Oh no! Oh no! I cannot.
Guys,
I cannot be.
Guys. I'm
not with you on that.
Guys.
I just can't. Are you rewatching all of them again on Netflix? No. Tell my mom that they're on Netflix.
I already told her, and she was like, "Oh, let's watch it again." So me and my mom like really.
You guys went on a whole little like marathon watching all of them.
So my mom really loves Twilight, and so I watched a few of the Twilights, and I was like, I kind of enjoy them, but I was a little bit embarrassed when I was younger to say that I actually enjoyed watching Twilight.
Team Edward or Team Jacob?
I'm Team Edward. I mean, come on now, I'm a fucking
my mom's
vampire.
Team Edward too, huh?
Yeah, she's team. If she doesn't want to pick though, she's like, I love both of them. But she was like, I love both of them, but if I really, really had to choose, I think he's gotta be the one that she was with first.
Yeah, the vampire.
But she says that she really likes Jacob because his muscles.
Oh,
so. But yeah, me and my mom really like kind of bond over Twilight.
Yeah,
she really,
I remember
really loves them.
like
I bought her Twilight for her birthday.
It's not like she was like into it when it first came out. It was like how long ago? Like not super recently, but I remember going over there And you guys had the whole like TV setup and Twilight was playing, and I was like, what is going on? And my brother and my mom were just in the living room like eating popcorn watching Twilight movies, and I was like, what?
But Twilight Eclipse is the third movie, I believe. It's the best one out of all of them. Don't argue with me.
Oh shit, okay.
Yeah, there's 5 movies, but Eclipse is the best one. Just because the storyline is really good. You see Edward and Jacob actually work together and talk to each other more than other movies, and just they don't just hate each other. But I mean, they still hate each other, but more of like an alpha thing there going on. But that's the best one. Okay, and then went on a whole tangent on fucking Twilight. And then the last one I have is The Truman Show with Jim Carrey in it.
The Truman Show.
It's the one where he lives his life, but and he doesn't know that it's really just secretly being recorded, and everyone around the world is watching him. And then like he finds out that his wife is really just an actor, and his whole life is just a lie.
Oh,
remember that movie?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So that one's really, really good. It's one of my favorite movies that just didn't make the list.
Jim Carrey has so many good movies.
Yeah. If you guys haven't seen Truman Show, that's a strong recommendation. All right, bro. Number one
everything?
time. Yeah.
All right. I forgot we still had number 1.
Yeah.
I'm really curious to know what you put for your number 1, to be honest.
Me too.
Do you want to guess what my number 1 is?
Okay, if I had to guess, fuck. You already said House at the End of the Street, and I was going to guess House at the End of the Street would have been like close to number 1.
Mm-hmm.
I know Cabin in the Woods is like similar to that one, but I don't think it would be your number 1.
A good one too.
Cabin in the Woods was close to be my honorable mention, but
did it make it?
I don't know what your number 1 would be.
Yeah, I feel like you wouldn't. I mean, I've mentioned before that I really, really like this movie, but I don't know if you would guess that it would be my number 1 on the list.
Let me think really quickly.
Okay, really quickly. Time is over. You're not gonna guess it, bro. It's fine.
Is it a horror movie?
It's like a thriller, I'd say.
Okay, I don't know.
Okay, it is Mother.
Mother?
Yeah, with Jennifer. Yeah.
J-Law?
J-Law?
That's your number 1?
That's my number 1, bro. I love that movie. I could rewatch it all the time. Every time someone tells me that they have never seen it, I want to like sit down with them and rewatch it again. I really like it. I don't know what it is about it. I just really like it, and I think I really like it because it's not like literal, like
very metaphorical.
Yeah, like everything that's going on kind of has
very
like
metaphorical,
a meaning.
But they portray it literally.
Mm-hmm. Which makes it like so like weird and creepy, and just like you're like, what the fuck is going on? But then when you realize that like it just has a meaning to it, I don't know. It's just like really interesting, and I like it. The acting is so good, and I don't know. I just like how like the story is, and how like if like when I watched it for the first time and I didn't know like that it wasn't like a literal thing, I was like, what the fuck? This guy is an asshole. She's like so in love with him and just wants to be with him all the time. And then the baby scene when everyone just comes in and like there's just this whole like freaking chaos going on. It just like gets your blood boiling, and it's just really good. I like it.
That's a good movie. Yeah, like how you said, the metaphorical thing is kind of what brings it in the end. Because you're just totally lost during the whole thing.
Yeah. Circle of life.
All right, bro. I think you have seen this movie. You're not gonna guess what my number 1 is.
Oh, you think I have? No. Well, so I might not have.
I think you. No, you definitely. Well, who knows, bro? Every time I tell you to watch a movie, you haven't watched it. So.
Oh, so you've recommended it to me before.
This one's called.
Ew, that's what it's called? Yeah. Slither?
Have you seen that? Fuck no, not Slither. All right. Slither is a movie that we have seen. It's disgusting.
Yeah, please don't watch it.
Yeah. The Eternal Sunshine of a Spotless Mind.
Okay, what? I've never seen this movie.
Yeah, you have. Look, let me show you what it looks like.
Why is it such a long-ass title?
You know I love the long title. The Necessary Death of Charlie Countryman. I've told you to watch it.
This is a very iconic movie, though. I have seen a lot of people talking about it, even being them for Halloween, like as a couple and stuff.
So this one is like, man, just takes you on a fucking roller coaster, like through the whole movie. The ending is incredible. The middle is incredible. The beginning is, it's incredible throughout the whole movie.
So is it a love
It's a love story. The whole premise is like he meets, or this guy, Jim Carrey, is like kind of sad in his life, and he has like a dead end job and stuff like that. Not a dead end job, but he's like an accountant. You know, people like accountants like hate their fucking job or something. And so like he meets this girl like on a train one time, and then they like start dating, and then he like kind of starts like hating her and stuff like that, and then he realizes that, or later on he like goes to see her after they've broken up, and then she acts like she doesn't know him. She's like, "Oh, do I know you?" And he's like, what? What do you mean? And then she's like, "Let me know if I can help you out with anything, sir," because she's like working in customer service or something. And then he leaves, and he's like, "What the fuck is going on?" And then he finds out that she had him erased permanently from her memory, because like so there's like this service that people do like when you break up with a significant other.
Like a Black Mirror type shit.
Yeah, but it's way before Black Mirror came out, so it's like
it's very, very before its time.
Yeah, I mean, and so then he goes and tries to erase her from his memory, but then he doesn't want to erase it in the end, and like the whole movie's like lived in his head, and he's like trying to like figure out a way to not erase her memory because he actually really does love her and wants to get back together with her, and it's just like it's just such a good movie. It's hella dope. If you guys want to check it out, yeah. I mean, you've probably seen it, but if you haven't, hard recommendation.
Like me, you should watch it.
Yeah, super good.
No, I'm gonna watch it.
But yeah, guys, that was my number one. Like I said, all 10 were number one, so it doesn't really fucking matter.
All of those were our favorite movies.
Yeah.
There are so many more, actually.
No, all of those is my favorite movie because it's just one.
All those are number one. But yeah, so that's our lists.
That's our list. We ran a little bit long as well.
Have a lot of movies that you can go watch now.
Yeah, because
just like thinking about all these and like reading our lists out loud. Now I want to like go and like watch all of them again.
Yeah, let me just Wall-E, Superbad, The Green Hornet, This Is the End, The Interview, The Babadook, Monster House, Cabin in the Woods, 127 Hours, Us, The Good Neighbor, Pineapple Express, Fury, Zombieland, The Walk the Line, Avatar, Call Me by Your Name, Charlie Countryman, Coherence, 1922, Grave Encounters, Pawn Sacrifice, Fight Club, The Departed, Seven, Ace Ventura, Pet Detective, Escape Room, Nocturnal Animals, Shutter Island, Awake. It's just too many to read, but
yeah, so many good ones out there. Holy fuck.
Yeah, guys.
All right, so that was it for this
episode
show.
Oh, it's a show now.
This movie that you just heard and watched.
All right, guys. Let me know what you guys think about our movie picks. Let us know what your number one
if you've
favorite
seen any
movie.
Of them.
Yeah, if you've seen any of them, or if you think that our lists are fucking stupid. Keep that to yourself.
Yeah, don't tell us that, please.
But if you're watching on YouTube, comment down below. Tell us what your favorite movie is, and if you're listening on Apple Podcasts or Spotify, we appreciate you listening on there. But yeah,
thank you for listening, and we will catch you guys in the next episode.
See you next week.
Bye.
Bye.